Okay, morning everybody. Okay, so today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about identity branding. And one of the challenges that I see, I got this from a marketing book. Sorry. We have a surplus challenge. We have a surplus of similar companies employing similar people with similar education, doing similar jobs, coming up with similar ideas, producing similar things with similar prices, of similar quality. And so how do you stand out? How do you make yourself unique? My job as a graphic designer is to help you discover and project your uniqueness. So believe it or not, you are unique, but what are you doing about it? So first, we have to figure out who you are. And I'm not talking about your personality, your name, your race, your education. I'm talking about you as marketing yourself, branding you as your company, as a sole proprietor. And I need to know things about what are your goals, what is your vision for the future, who is your target audience, what are some of your unique differentiators, what makes you better, faster, smarter than your competition, and basically what makes you tick, what gives you passion, why are you in the business you're in, why do you love it? And also, when you're developing your branding, it's a combination of your strengths, your passions, what is your purpose, your value, and of course your brand story. And that's one of the nice things about TRP. We get to know each other on our one-to-ones. We get to know each other a little bit deeper than a lot of groups. So, how do you show your uniqueness? So, as a graphic designer, I do it through a number of ways. Through messaging, through coming up with meaningful symbology, a mark that helps to tell and sell your brand story. Taglines are very important because they add clarity to your message, and I'll explain in a minute. Fonts are one very unique way of adding character and personality. Of course, color, and at the end I'll talk about your courage zone. So be yourself because everyone else is taken. So, so here's an example of meaningful symbols. I got to design the logo for Colorado RFID Association, and so it was a group here in Colorado. And with RFID, there's no line of sight needed. The communication, the data, just goes out infinitely. And when I designed the logo, what I liked were the rings. And so when I designed the website, the center of the rings are all the unique type of hardware, the technology behind the RFID. And then I wanted to tell the story of all the uses through all the unique banners by placing all the different situations from cow management to pharmaceuticals to luggage, to used cars. Here's another one when I had to design the logo for the Da Vinci Institute. Here's one of the source materials. That is a Da Vinci sketch of his concept of an early helicopter. So we use that as a tie-in. Now the logo is almost becoming a pictograph, and it's a V, but yet it's also a picture. It represents something from Da Vinci's life. Turn words to money. And what I really liked was the tagline, transforming ideas into results. And the whole idea of transformation, what better symbol of transformation is the butterfly from the caterpillar to a butterfly. And so we use the butterfly, and so what she does is when she makes the first contact, she actually gives the new prospect a dollar bill folded as a butterfly.
I noticed that this is not a dollar bill.
I'd rather owe it to you than cheat you. Here's another logo that I got to redesign. The original logo was Ask Dr. Garland. And they just wanted to really up their marketing. And they were in love with Da Vinci's Illuvian Man, but they wanted something much more modern and contemporary. And so I came up with a much more modern, kind of a new age look. But I didn't want to lose the contact with Dr. Garland, whose story about saving his own life from cancer with herbs and Chinese medicine and that. So I wanted to keep the tie-in to how they've been building the foundation for the previous 10 years. Here's another, this website. So the logo, I didn't design the logo, somebody else did, but it kind of reminded me of a hand looking down at a beaker or a flask or something. And My assignment was to show the scientists, the science, and Colorado equally. So I came up with these little triptychs, trying to both work with color and symbology and tie it in with the logo. And like here, I came up with the 3 little caps and the 3 little phalanges, and here, this reminds me of a hand. So I got the surgeon's gloves and the blueprint or the X-ray, and the trees kind of reminded me of a hand. So just trying to find both straightforward and somewhat more subliminal ways to tie everything in together, both with color and form and that. Another way to work with your personal branding is the importance of a tagline, and they're usually short, 3 to 7 words. And I like ones that aren't just slogans like "Go for it" or something. I like taglines that really add clarity to what it is you do or how you do it different. Here's an example. Myogen, one of their PhDs, did the first logo, which to me looks like, this looks like a miniature golf course and a kid's thing he'd wear in a swimming pool. It does not look like a company that would eventually be bought for $2.6 billion cash. So they called me in, and I developed a logo that speaks to the fact that they're doing DNA research on the deterioration of the heart muscle, heart attacks. And I encouraged them to write this tagline because nobody knew what the heck myogen meant, which is a made-up word. So innovative therapies targeting heart muscle disease. So now you have 3 things working together: the name, the tagline, and the symbol. They're like a stable tripod. They're the foundation of your branding. Again, I already talked about this one, using the butterfly motif, transforming ideas into results. As a writer, this is a beautiful tagline. Microtick, I keep hitting the wrong button. Microtick, we came up with short-term, low-cost, high-leverage investing. They're basically day traders on steroids. So another great way to get your personality across is the unique world of fonts. I mean, there's millions of fonts. And to me, fonts are what language looks like because they come in so many different styles. And fonts are really the DNA, the genetic code, the very foundation of all graphic design. Again, imagine if we were stuck in a world of designing brochures and logos and websites, if we were stuck with Helvetica and Times Roman, it would be a pretty sad place. But fonts speak louder than words. So you try to choose colors based on appropriateness, your personality, and the emotions you're trying to portray. If you were a kid's balloon party thing, or you have different colors if you were a bank or an insurance company, whatever. So this is one logo that I designed, Sweet Greens, and I didn't like any of the fonts that were in existence. It just didn't do what I wanted it to do. And I knew I had 4 E's in the word. So I initially designed an E that I found very satisfactory, and then I designed the rest of the font. And this is a font I won an award from American Corporate Identity, and I'm getting licensed by fonts.com. And
what's the name of it?
A hammer.
Either I'm going to call it Sweet Greens or Holy Basil. Here's a logo that anti-banner. I came up with this fantastic graphic of the idea of collision, either imploding or exploding, and but it's an energy drink where the ingredients have been flown in zero-gravity space aboard a recoverable rocket traveling at Mach 5.5. Anyway, I wanted that whole little bubbly essence, and I wanted to marry with the visual graphic. Here you see the Iceman cooler that went into like the 7-Eleven, and the ice cooler looks identical to the can. I got lucky on that. And this is when we applied it to the website, and I got to do some really cool Photoshop stuff. We took spacewalks and stuff where instead of reaching for a tool, he's reaching for a 6-pack of cans that are all floating. And there were videos of the actual launches, and it was basically a PR that it's not all about NASA anymore, that small aerospace companies are really of age, and they're doing fabulous things, and they're flying science experiments for CU, and even for colleges and universities. And high schools, if they have a viable project, they'll fly them for free. Here's again another where I'm starting to bridge a font with the logo itself, like Abiding Energy, I've altered the typefaces enough that you're starting to get this transference of green energy, biofuels, sorghum and that, and turning it into energy. Copperleaf, again, is a fantastic font, and the logo is both trying to get the ambiance of the place and the arugula, because it is a food-centered, food is a big part of the event center.
Excuse me, Mike, you have 5 minutes if you want to continue on or take questions.
No, we'll keep going.
Okay.
Here again, the G is breaking down and becoming the double helix, and the breakaway is the microRNA, and this company uses mimics and inhibitors to try and block Parkinson's disease. I talked about Da Vinci. So color. The fantastic thing about color is research shows that color increases brand recognition by 80%, and increases readability by 40%, memorability by 55 to 78, understanding by 78. These are big numbers. This isn't like if I pick a different color, I might be able to improve your readability by 10%, 8%. These are big freaking numbers. So you should really take color seriously. For Steve Henry, this was his original logo. I thought it was boring. It looked old school. I came up with nice bright colors, and then I implemented, kept pulling the real bright colors through the rest of the site, and this color palette became a major part. Specialty Auto, they originally only had the 2 colors, and I wanted to do you can't really see the colors, they're a little off in the screen, but and then again, carried the color theme through, the color became a big part of the personality. So basically, you need to keep yourself fresh and current, or you're going to move them to oblivion. Facelifts, I do lots of facelifts on logo. You don't have to start from scratch, and it costs a lot less than starting over, but I'm not opposed to starting over. And rethinking what your brand identity is, because oftentimes your whole industry has changed, and it really is better just to start over. And move out of your comfort zone, whether in your business life or your personal life. You should spend about 60% of your time doing things that you're comfortable with and they're easy, but you should spend 40% of your time reaching out, trying the new software, trying a new technique, trying new things, getting involved in something you haven't done before, so you don't get old. Like, I don't know, that's another story. Okay, but the main difference is you. We are all unique, and you have to utilize your net worth. We're all first-rate originals. Don't be a copycat, a template, or a clip art of somebody else's idea of who you are, and believe in yourself.